Ladies and gentlemen, welcome here to Court 1 on the semi-finals day of the 4th Age Group World Underwater Hockey Championships. And boy, do we have a match coming up for you in the Under-23 Ladies Division. Getting ready to fight it out here is South Africa versus Colombia. And joining me to support on his Bocky girls is Hein Engelbrecht, commentator extraordinaire. Hein, welcome back to the desk.
Yeah, thank you. It's always nice to be here, and thank you for making me feel so welcome. And we have after this, we've also got Humdingen games coming, and this is a game to stay connected, guys, as there's a lot of hockey coming. For the South African supporters, you'll see some good hockey after this, as we only have 10 South African girls in this team. And I'll just run through the names you allow me, guys. Moya Moorcroft, Tia Rootman, Jordan Elfrink, Nicole Fitzgerald, Tatum Boros. Oh no, it must be Tatum, sorry. And then Francisca, Julia, Zandre, Eleanor Ruchet, and Brent Borschlap, the coach of the W23 RSA ladies team. Nick.
Yeah, look, I'm excited to see what these SA ladies can get done in this game. Obviously, I've competed against Brent many times, and he's a very smart and interesting player to play with, and it'll be interesting to see what he does. And then on the other side of the fence, we've got the Colombian team, and joining us from Shark Underwater Hockey Equipment, one of the major sponsors here for the event, is Sergio, a.k.a. Chewy. Chewy, thanks for joining us. Habla español.
Let the game begin.
Yeah, let's get the game started. It's a fantastic Colombian team. Obviously, Colombia, the defending world champions here. I'm very excited to see the three Camillas playing in there. We've got Camila Mejia and Camila, I think it's Bonita. But all three of the Camillas made me feel very at home when I was in Colombia. Invited back to the parents' house. I had lunch there, and if any of the Camilla mothers are watching back home, thank you very much for your hospitality, and it's fantastic to have you girls here in Hobart, and we wish Colombia the best of luck in this game.
Yeah, it just seems like the Colombians are always very friendly and helpful and always accommodating, as the 19 boys went for a cold drink with your team there, Sergio.
Yeah. Yes, we have. Yeah. We are very friendly people, and that's part of our culture. And yeah.
And I know, Heinz, Stuart Parkinson will be watching on with delight to see if Brent Borslop's front zip chesty can get the girls over the line here, as we're underway in the semi-final in the Under-23 Ladies Division. The winner of this will go up against New Zealand in what is going to be a massive grand final tomorrow, as we see the puck just getting caught up in the centre corridor there to start with, as the teams start to settle into this game, Hein.
Yeah, no, it's a quick, fast start here. And South Africa, with only 10 players in this water in the team, have done very well with experienced players and new players coming through the system. And it's good to see that the new players have come up and they've supported the experienced players very well.
Yeah, and it looks like we've got a senior referee team in there. I see Simon Talbot there as one of those referees, and if I'm not mistaken, the crisp hand signals on the far side of Veronique from Canada. It's going to be interesting to see how the Colombian go in here, Sergio. They've had a bit of a mixed tournament so far.
Sí, tuvimos un arranque un poco lento, pero el equipo ha ido despegando por el momento y creo que se nos van a dar los resultados. Tuvo un arranque muy rápido este partido, el ritmo está alto, pero las jugadoras lucen concentradas.
As we see the crisp hand signals of Vero there, only challenged by her young apprentice, Hugo Chavez, the other Canadian referee, who also has that just oiled elbow with those crisp signals, as we see Colombia picking up the puck and charging into the centre corridor here, a dangerous spot for South Africa, Hein.
Yeah, no, South Africa's got to defend here. As I see Brent in the water, they're trying to get the motivation through to the players in the substitution box. And South Africa haven't been on attack. We were expecting South Africa to come out much harder in the first half. If you look at the log here, South Africa lying second, Colombia lying third, but South Africa only losing one game in the round robin, and Colombia losing three. But Colombia's come back here in this game.
Yeah, and we see the head-to-head result there was in game number 191, where South Africa, Colombia, and South Africa getting up over that 1-0. And so, as we see here, there's a bit of that swimming happening from those South African girls, Hein. It's going to be up to the Colombians' defense to really keep track of those fast movers, Sergio.
Tenemos una defensa muy bien armada y creo que si se nos dan las cosas, estas muchachas van a poner la pastilla hacia los lados, vamos a poder salir del peligro.
Yeah, and you see referee Simon Talbot there signalling stick infringement against the Colombian girls as South Africa set up a lot of numbers behind the puck there, Hein, and looking to move that puck forward into the contest.
Yeah, no, hopefully we don't get caught up like our under-19 girls. Under-19 girls, the whole tournament, they played an open underwater hockey plan, and then they were caught up by the Australians and lost, as we know earlier today. And I hope the under-23 girls can just open up. But it's early in the game with only 3 minutes gone, so let's see what happens and what we can expect here later in the game.
Yeah, as it's just caught up underneath the Colombian sub-bench there, which can be a dangerous position for a team. Colombia get fresh numbers in, they could look to do a drive, but also for South Africa, if the Colombian girls all go for the big sub, then we can get South Africa driving towards the tray, which looks to be what we've got here, Chewy.
Si toda la audiencia nota, las aletas colombianas tienen un color dorado. Eso tiene un significado muy especial, es que Colombia viene como el campeón, viene a defender su título. Como está comentando Nick, dice que la jugada se está abriendo hacia los lados y Colombia se está defendiendo bien y esperamos que podamos apuntar el primer gol para nosotros.
And we've got Yesina Benjamina chiming in. Chewy, I love you. Dirk Tromp, he's got Todd Ages, man. He's talking to people away in the chat there, and there's a lot of Colombians chatting away as we see South Africa getting a free puck here in a good aggressive position, Hein.
Yeah, no, South Africa won't mind being in that position. As they swam right past the front of the goal box, they kept possession, and we see a lot of bodies down there. I don't see one Colombian girl up on the water as we see South Africa pushing hard here, the refs getting into position, and the Colombians still to stay down. Playing in 3-meter pools, they can stay much longer than it seemed like the South African players.
Yeah, we got the crisp movements of Veronique there on the surface, the sultry obstruction signal going against Colombia, and South Africa with another chance to put some pressure on here, Chewy.
Aquí tenemos ya varios saludos desde Colombia, reportando sintonía está Yesenia, Juan Pablo Álvarez de Copacabana y algunos de los familiares de las deportistas.
Yeah, number 4, Jordan Alfring scoring for South Africa. Jordan had a good run in the earlier games and became quiet. I think so. She was targeted as one of our key players, and a good move there by South Africa, driving it down the middle, getting some space, and fortunately getting it into the back of the goal box.
Yeah, and hard to see anything there in the replay, but that one's gone in the bun. And it's a fantastic goal there and a great start for Brent Borslop and his girls, and I'm sure he'll be elated to see, and that'll take the pressure off and maybe lower his heart rate a bit, Hein.
Yeah, definitely. As that was the first time we came in their half with 5 minutes gone, 6 minutes gone in the first half, and can Colombia come again against South Africa, as we need to just get the kickoffs, as we haven't had a good kickoff in this game yet.
Desafortunadamente arrancamos perdiendo el partido, pero nada de nervios, esto apenas comienza y esperamos mejorar muy pronto.
Yeah, no, I totally agree, Chewy. That's exactly what I was about to say. But as we see Hydro Underwater Hockey chirping up in the chat there, they've jumped on board as one of our supporters here, throwing initially $550 to claim the highest donator, as it's quickly pushed up the other end, and all three referees signaling goal, and Colombia answering very quickly.
Number 7. Tatum Boras, I think she's scoring her first goal of this tournament.
Up the other end here. No, sorry, it's Camila
Ospina.
Excellent.
Camila Ospina se alza la primera anotación para el equipo colombiano. Igualamos esto. Yo les dije, no nos pongamos nerviosos todavía, que esto apenas comienza.
Now, Chewy, can you just keep me informed here? Which one of the Camillas is that? Is that Camilla with the amazing hair, or is that Camilla, the tall Camilla, or is that the short Camilla?
La Camila pequeñita, the short Camila.
The short Camilla.
Camila Ospina.
Yeah, well, obviously the frizzy hair Camilla being my favourite of the Camillas, and the tall Camilla being the one who's looked after me the best when I've been in Medellin. But the short Camilla, well done there, putting in a great goal for for Colombia. And back to where I was on the donations page, Hein, we had Graham Henderson came out with his $500 as our biggest donator. Liam Watson from Hydro Underwater Copy Equipment then stepped it up to $550, and then Graham came back and threw another $55 in there to get it to $555, and now Hydro's come back with another $6. So Hydro Underwater Hockey Equipment, currently our largest donor with $556 towards what is a fantastic cause here as we raise money to try and cover some of the costs that we've put in for this streaming program that's coming to you live here from the Doon Kennedy Hobart Aquatic Centre. As we count down the last couple of seconds of this timeout, 1-1 as the game gets underway. Let's see what these South African fast movers have, Hein.
Yeah, I haven't seen a goal being scored and then another goal being scored so quickly after that. They just South Africa scoring a goal and allowing Colombia to come back and making an equaliser here. So the donuts have gone to, I don't know what we're going to call those ones, lollipops. So we've got 2 lollipops on the scoreboard, stick men. Okay, 2 stick men there on the scoreboard. South Africa need to come back as it's only 8 minutes left in this first half, with one timeout being called by Brent, and let's see what the Colombian coach will be.
Yeah, it's been a real treat this first 7 minutes as end-to-end goals going in each way as we see both teams here fighting over who can take control of the corridor as Colombia making a good drive there, Chewy.
Bueno, vamos por la mitad del primer tiempo, la cosa está mejorando, hay mucho más dominio del equipo colombiano y se está jugando mucho en la mitad del campo. Estamos viendo sintonía de algunas de las ex campeonas del mundo, Nati Buritica, un saludo muy cordial, Natalie Valencia y Emanuel Castrillón. Saludos a todos los colombianos.
Yeah. Our big hello to all the Colombians back there, especially. It's good to see the Natties watching away. As both keen followers of this Colombian women's teams. We've got a signal here, and it's Rushed Hands Talbot there signaling that one. He's really letting me down a little bit, Hein. I know you have a strong opinion about the way the referees conduct their hand signals on the deck, and obviously Vero being the pillar there with her crisp hand signals. Nath Whelan being obviously slow hands Whelan, he takes his time. I think Talbot could do just with slowing it down a little bit, giving the players a bit more time to see what he's signalling there.
And there's no doubt when Vera calls a signal what it's going to be. She does it clearly, and she does it crisp and fast, and she gets the game going again. So all credit to Vera there. But Simon as well. Simon's been a ref with a lot of composure, and he's got the means to calm the players down, and he's always prepared to answer any questions as Africa just can't get going here.
Yeah, and that to me looks like Alex, I think, from France. Is it there? That referee number 17. Is that right, Chewy? You're part of the refereeing pool. Is that Alex Foster? Yeah. So 3 very senior referees. They've really pulled out all the stops here. Angus Sinclair, chief admin referee, bringing his A-team to this game to keep it under control, Chewy.
Tenemos todos los haces del arbitraje acá en el Mundial, en este partido. Tenemos 6 ojos pendientes de todo lo que está pasando bajo el agua y un par de ojos fuera del agua. Hasta el momento el campeonato ha sido fantástico, todo ha salido muy bien, gracias a Dios, gracias a la organización por todo lo que nos ha brindado y seguimos adelante.
Yeah, so unfortunate there. Just the nerves of the semi-finals coming into it, Hein. We see the Colombian girls, I think, breaking there and actually taking that puck prior to the signal going. Whether that's something to do with Fast Hands Talbot, not making it clear enough where it was going. But, I feel that if Vero had got the crisp signals on that one, then there would be no confusion.
Yeah, definitely. South Africa will take that early break by the Colombians as that advantage, and we became an equal puck, and let's see if South Africa can capitalise as the Colombians are pushing hard there. Look at them swimming straight, and look at those beautiful gold fins they've got. They've all got gold fins on. Obviously they're defending the title. I think they are the existing W23 world champs.
Yeah, they most certainly are. Colombia, the defending world champs at the moment, and they've gone all out with their gold fins as we see them trying to switch that puck around, but it's the South African fast movers in there breaking it up, Hein, and this is dangerous for Colombia, Chewy.
Estamos viendo cómo se desenvuelve el juego en la mitad de la cancha. Hemos tratado de llevarle hacia la pared, pero sin mucho éxito. Las sudafricanas están haciendo un excelente trabajo y nos están causando problemas para sacar la pastilla.
And a good play by South Africa as we haven't been territory-wise. Colombia's got the advantage, and South Africa now for the first time in a long time they can put pressure on the Colombian team, and let's see if they can break through that wall and get a goal for us.
But no, they've been pushed back here, Hein. We've got a free puck being awarded to Colombia. We've missed what the signal is on that one, but I would hazard a guess. Old speedy fingers Talbot there getting away with it before our cameraman could get some action, as we see the flutter of the gold fins on the far wall there as the Colombian girls are driving that back into the pocket. As we see it come off the wall, but we got advantage being played by Alex Forstier there on the surface, and it's going to come back against Colombia. Let's have a look. He's got the good point. I like the two-finger point. It's friendly, but it really shows that he means business. It's a serious point without being aggressive, which is a tough thing to achieve as a referee, Chewy.
Tenemos un cobro en contra. Los referees están mirando todas las jugadas. Están siendo muy específicos en lo que están llamando. Nos damos cuenta que son jueces muy experimentados y que no van a perdonar ni media. Entonces, preparémonos para ver expulsiones durante este partido porque las van a ver.
And we got Hydro Underwater Hockey asking if Pipe is still coaching this team, and he absolutely is. Felipe Diaz from Medellin, part of the Cardumen club, coaching this under-23 defending world champion ladies team. As South Africa, big drive in the corridor here, Hein.
Yeah, no, I was getting very excited there as I saw the goal was on, and from nowhere we get a Colombian goal just accelerating, keeping the puck out of the tin. Let's see what the infringement is. It's a 2-minute infringement. Will it be against number 1 or number 10? Let's see who she's eyeing the number 1. Thank you for that assistance there from the behind commentary box.
Tenemos los sudafricanos acercándose peligrosamente en una falta cerca de la portería. Y acaban de expulsar a Daniela Granada por 2 minutos. O sea que vamos a tener 2 minutos de sufrimiento. Esperemos que las muchachas sepan recuperarse.
Yeah, Daniela Granada getting thrown out there for 2 minutes for looked like a stick infringement signal, I think there, Hein, if I remember back to seeing Alex. Obviously, I'm being distracted by Vero and Simon's hand movements, and I probably haven't given Alex the credit he deserves, but I'll keep a close eye on here, second half fans, so you know what's going on. Brent Borslop in the huddle there with his tight front zip chesty. Hopefully he'll turn around shortly and we'll get a good view of his dad bod and maybe just a little bit of that pelt sticking out the top there. He'd just be giving some calm words to the South African girls here, Hein.
Yeah, no, I think he will, as he knows that these players have come to win this game, and he just needs to ensure them again, girls, just focus, and we know you can do it, and just stay calm and just do the things right. As we see a lot of South Africans there going down, 4 of them between the defenders of the Colombian team.
Estamos a un poco más de 3 minutos para terminar el primer tiempo. Y vamos a tener que defendernos porque estamos en toda la portería. Tenemos 2 minutos sin Daniela Granada, o sea que esto es a muerte.
But Colombia just sweeping that one off the tray and out of danger as we see them moving that puck out there. We've got a signal on the surface. We'll go to the surface cam. Look at that crisp hands Vero there, really oiling up the wrist and getting that stick infringement signal out there for the world to see as we push back the South Africans underneath the Colombian sub-bench here, Chewy.
Sí, como dice Nick, las señales que hace la jueza de Canadá, Veronique, son muy acertadas y lo hace de una forma muy sutil. Y bueno, miremos qué es lo que está pasando en este momento.
But I saw there on the defense from the Colombian team, they just stayed down. They didn't try and put pressure on the person taking the puck there, and they just absorbed the pressure and swam it straight out to the side there. So good defense line there from the Colombian team.
Yeah, there's a lot of girls from Medellin in this team, Hein, and they play in a 3-metre pool there as we see rushed hands Talbot signalling a stick foul against South Africa. So bottom time definitely not a problem for these Colombian girls, but wouldn't surprise me if there were. I've always known the South Africans to have the huge breath holds, but usually because of the spearfishing background. Any of these girls getting out in the water with the spear there, Hein?
Yeah, some of them stay on the coastline, so obviously they do. And they love it, and that's what they're here for, to enjoy it. But you know what, also interesting, I think there's still 5 Colombian girls in the team are playing here, not 6, so we're playing 6 against 5, and a good defense there from the Colombian girls.
Tenemos todavía un minuto más con una jugadora menos, pero hemos mantenido bien la pastilla, nos hemos defendido bien, nos tienen acorralados en nuestra mitad, pero hasta el momento estamos manejando bien los tiempos.
Yeah, no, South Africa again swimming straight past the face box, the goal box of the Colombian team, and the Colombians just prepared to swim it up and down as they probably know they can keep South Africa out and force them to make infringements. South Africa are putting a lot of pressure, but they just cannot contain themselves, and the infringements coming against the attacking team.
Yeah, old Talbot signalling excessive hugging there and pushing them back for an obstruction and a free arm, I believe, as Colombia takes that free puck and they come back to the full 6 now as they drive a 45 away from their own substitution area. But the South Africans up to the challenge here, Chewy, and just keeping that puck bundled up in the center of the pool.
Si notamos bien, las chicas colombianas están manejando mucha tranquilidad durante este encuentro y así ha sido durante todo el torneo, lo que demuestra mucha madurez de parte del equipo y el entrenador. Las ha sabido llevar muy bien, tratando de controlar los nervios y manejar todas las emociones y lo que muestra durante el juego.
Yeah, and we've got number 7, Camila Ospina there being ejected. Yeah, now, which one of the Camillas is that one? So we've had short Camilla scored a goal. Which Camilla do we have now?
Ahora tenemos a Ospina por 2 minutos por fuera. Estamos bajos de número otra vez.
So she's the tall Camilla?
The short Camilla.
But didn't the short Camilla score the goal? I thought that was the other Camilla.
And now she got kicked out.
Oh, same Camilla again. It's one Camilla. It's hard to keep track of all the Camillas.
Yeah. Unfortunately for South Africa, Eleanor de Kock has been asked to go and have a discussion with the Colombian teammate there in the sin box. And that's not where they want to be, as they were in a very good position there. And half-time as the game is 1-1 here in the Hobart Aquatic Centre.
And it's been a fantastic first half here at the Doon Kennedy Hobart Aquatic Centre as we see the teams change ends with a 1-1 scoreline. The first couple of minutes, some nerves getting the better of both teams and a goal getting put in at each end. But I think for me, Chewy, the rest of that half, probably the South Africans' dominant performance from them so far, keeping the Colombians back in their defensive half. But we see Coach Pipe there dishing out some good gesticulations to the team. Now, I think that's probably the most overlooked and key part of a coach is good gesticulating. Without that gesticulating, your team they can't tell what you're up to. So he's opted for the circle, which is always an interesting technique, as opposed to, the arms around the outside. Or we've got Brent, he's taken the lazy approach, everyone just sitting on the back wall. As a referee, Chewy, what do you prefer to see? Do you like to see the team circled up, or do you like this relaxed sitting on the back wall approach?
A mí me gusta más verla cuando se reúne el técnico con sus jugadoras en un círculo, que todas se puedan mirar a los ojos y puedan comunicarse y ver claramente qué es lo que quiere el técnico para el segundo tiempo.
And it's interesting to see all the girls paying so much close attention to Brent Hine. Normally Brent struggles to hold an audience, but in this setting as a coach, he's really commanding attention. And especially, I know Stu would be very critical of his facial hair. There's no beard there, and it's interesting he manages to get them really all focused in there without that raccoon hanging off his chin.
No, and Brent's got his mask on the top of his green cap there. So Brent's obviously trying to motivate them, but I prefer the players coming out to the substitution box. So you've got a lovely platform there. You'll rehydrate and all your drinks are there, and the guys can just replenish themselves there. So obviously the Colombians have got the advantage here as they're all standing, resting and listening very clearly.
Yeah, and it's going to be interesting to see as we just under a minute to go until this second half kicks off underway. Both teams down a player, so it's going to be 5-on-5. To me, watching the game and the way it's unfolding, that probably advantages the South African girls, Hein, as they're playing a bit more of an open structure and looking to probably move the puck away, whereas the Colombians playing their nice tight structures at the moment.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think the turnaround was when Colombia scored that quick goal after. They just conceded a goal and just came back and scored again, making it all square, putting a lot of pressure on South Africa because they were in the upper, they were moving up, and all of a sudden they hooked the reverse instead of thinking it's for racing, and they hooked the reverse and started playing backwards. So hopefully South Africa can accelerate in the second half and then score a quick goal.
And we see the referee just having a quick chat to Pipe on the side there. Any ideas, Chewy, about what that might be?
Yo me imagino que a Felipe le están llamando la atención por pegarse de la corchera y ya ha sido advertido varias veces durante el campeonato. Esperemos que no sea expulsado para este partido porque es fundamental que Felipe esté al lado de las chicas.
As we're underway here in the second half, and it's a strong swim off from both teams. No one really taking any control as the puck moves to the far wall there. It's 5-on-5 here at the Doon Kennedy Hobart Aquatic Centre, and it is anyone game from here out, Hein.
Yeah, no, this will be very tight. I don't think they want to go into overtime, extra time. So let's see if one of these teams can score a goal and wrap it up. But we've seen I think there were 3 or 4 matches that went all the way into extra time and into golden goal.
Now, Hein, I'd just like to ask you, obviously the Canadian team are show a great camaraderie, and at the end of each game they give out an MVP, which is the hairy beaver, which gets given out to the player that's been the best in that. Do the South Africans have something they give out at the end of the game? Does Brent have something he hands to the girls?
Yeah, definitely. We went and bought some kangaroos and gave it to the coaches. They could identify a player of the match, and then that kangaroo will go for the player of the tournament, Nick.
And Chewy, do you know if the Colombians are doing something similar?
Yo creo que el collar de arepa lo hemos dejado. Aquí acaba de anotar Colombia un gol. Veremos si lo validan los jueces. Sí, efectivamente ha sido un gol cantado por Camila Mejía.
Oh, Camila Mejía with
la
the hair.
amiga de Nick.
Not short Camilla, not tall Camilla, but Camilla with the hair this time. As we see a replay here showing what is a great drive from the Colombian girls in the center of the pool. And unfortunately, Hein, Brent, perhaps the lack of the beard, not getting the control he needed from that halftime speech.
No, the Colombians, as you saw them all five down at the bottom, all driving it through straight down the goal box, and South Africa just couldn't keep that out. So hopefully we can come back very quickly and make it all square.
As we see the Colombian girl getting back in the pool there. That's short Camilla, the first goal scorer, jumping back in, and Eleanor de Kock still out on a penalty. So Colombia 6 on 5 here. A dangerous situation to be in against a Colombian team like this, Hein, where they play so much on passion, and getting a goal ahead can often really lead to them lifting their game and really just fire that team up.
South Africa won't take this sitting down. As you see, they're right on the attack here, and they're pushing hard. And all the players they're back in the pool, and they've got 6 on 6. And South Africa swimming past the front of the face of the goal box. Hopefully, can straighten it up. But like you've rightly said, Nick, they've got such good bottom timers. South Africa will really want to capitalize here and just keep the composure and make sure they just work it, because if you're patient, it will come.
Yeah, Colombia getting great numbers behind the puck there, Chewy.
Tenemos el equipo sudafricano intentando recuperar el dominio del partido, pero nos hemos defendido muy bien. Tenemos varias chicas haciendo muy buen tiempo en el fondo de la piscina, manteniendo la apnea, tratando de estar siempre ahí para cualquier eventualidad.
Yeah, completely agree. Couldn't have said it better myself. As we see the puck getting caught up in the far corner over there. All the referees just having a little rest on the surface there. We saw a lazy attempted advantage from the ref there, but it's all playing out as we watch the feeding frenzy on the far wall, Hein.
Yeah, no, these Colombian girls, watching them through here for the commentary box, watching how they play and how they go down. You know, they go down very, very, very quickly. You know, you think they're on top, and when you look again, they're right at the bottom. You're thinking, what are they doing on the top? And without even seeing it, they just come down very quickly on you. And a stick infringement against South Africa. And South Africa need just to probably change their game plan. Just probably try to pull 2 or 3 players out from Colombia and then swing it to the side and see if they can't get their speedsters. We haven't seen one of our South African players who can swim very fast getting the advantage here.
Tenemos aquí un saludo de mi amigo Nacho Tatú de Copacabana. Un saludo para Nachito. Yo sé que todo el mundo, al igual que él, hay muchos colombianos sintonizados a esta hora en Colombia, y que es tarde en la noche o temprano en la mañana y están sintonizados. Muchas gracias por ser partícipes de este campeonato y acompañar a los muchachos.
As we see the Colombians just getting that puck across to the wall there and just hesitating and waiting to see what the South African lady would do, and she just held the bottom really well and controlled that space as they feed it back in behind, but South Africa quickly ripping it off, and it's really a bit of to and fro and tit for tat here, Hein.
Yeah, no, I think they're trying to see if they can't create space here by getting control of the puck. They're working it up on the side, and so far it seems like it's working for South Africa as we swim right past the front of the substitution box. Unfortunately, again, an infringement against South Africa as we can't get the game to flow with 5 minutes to go. You know, we've got very fast swimmers, Richey and Fran and Tatum and Eleanor, and they just can't get the puck onto them with speed. So they'll need to change their plan. Let's see what's going to happen.
Tenemos un equipo sudafricano llevando la pastilla hacia la pared, donde ellas son muy fuertes, empujan muy duro por la pared y siempre consiguen llevar la pastilla y avanzar. Pero las colombianas, como les he dicho, tiempo en el fondo, han mantenido bien la defensa y nos hemos sabido defender en ese muro.
So we had Alexander signaling advantage there on the surface, but it looks like it's fallen back to one of the other referees, and it's been South Africa being pushed back here. Looks like a stick infringement against South Africa. So Colombia with another free puck just out the front of their defensive sub-bench there as they pick it up and move it towards the corridor, but are met by a very strong South African defence there, Hein.
Yeah, no, it was a straight line with 3 players going down, and one of them committing themselves and saying, I'm going to cut this attacker off, and doing very well as the puck came out to the side and South Africa could get some momentum going. Also before the game, what I saw is when they were warming up, there was no eye contact between the two teams. They were just so focused on this game, and you can see they're not allowing any movement for any player.
As the clock just about to tick over, 9 minutes left in this second half. It's Colombia ahead, 2-1. Colombia in the black, South Africa in the white. South Africa pushes up into the Colombian defense there. And it's right on the corner of the tray here. There's a feeding frenzy. There's numbers down. We've got a signal from the back of the play. It's fast hands Talbot, but he seems to have relaxed his signalling there, and he's called a no-goal. He's calling gloving. He's put a hand in the air, and he's giving the free puck to South Africa. So I am going to assume that he was playing advantage there for South Africa, and then he's called them for gloving it in, but it comes back to the original foul, and it's now a South African free puck. That's the only logic I can find in that one, Hein.
Yeah, no, I think so. But a good call there. And a lot of substitution taking place in that while the refs were lining up to get the puck, get the game going. And again, an infringement here as we see the refs looking at each other. It looks like against the Colombian goal. So Africa will be in an excellent position here, and they need to score now. They need to put pressure on and get the score all square.
Tenemos una jugada muy peligrosa, muy cerca de la portería. Acaban de expulsar a Laura González. Tenemos inferioridad numérica y eso es a defendernos con toda. Vamos, muchachas, acabamos de sacar y estamos contragolpeando. Va Colombia saliendo por toda la pared. Vamos en velocidad y ya recibe acompañamiento de la jugadora colombiana.
Yeah, no, unfortunately South Africa couldn't capitalize on that position. They were in 6 against 5 and in a very, very good position. And for some other reason, just by speed, the Colombians swim straight through South Africa, putting them under extreme pressure with 5 players against 6. And let's see what the girls can do. As we know, they want to get back into the position they were in.
As we've got a few people, Luz Mary Quintero Perez saying hello to me, which I always like to have happen in the chat, just to shout myself out a little bit there, as South Africa recycling that well into the corridor there, Hein.
Yeah, no, excellent move there by number 11 from South Africa. And let's see if we can get some support here as they put a lot of pressure on the Colombian girls, and they come again, and I think this will be a...
And that's a great drive from South Africa. That she's still plucking that puck on the wall there. As it feels to me, Chewy, like the South Africans have lifted the intensity in this last few minutes.
Tenemos las sudafricanas queriendo empatar el partido como sean. Están encima de nosotros y con mucha fuerza, mucha fortaleza, mucha velocidad le han aplicado las jugadas. Hay tiempo fuera para el equipo de Sudáfrica, lo que nos va a dar un respiro que bien mereció en este momento.
As the whistle goes there, and it's tight front chest zip. Brent Borslap signalling a timeout for his South African girls. Interesting call there, Hein, given that South Africa seemed to have grabbed the momentum in the last few minutes, and to call a timeout and let the Colombian girls catch their breath.
No, I think Brent just telling them, look what you can do when you open up the game. Just saying to them, listen, this is how we want to play. Keep on playing like that. As they created space and a lot of speed there, especially at number 11 player, Zandre. Excellent play there from Zandre, and follow up from Ruchet. That was a good piece of spell there, South Africa.
And that's Zandre Kotze you're talking about there, Hein, who is the highest goal scorer, I believe, in the ladies under 23, or certainly one of. She's put a lot of goals in there, and a fantastic effort from her this tournament as South Africa sets up to defend this free puck, but right up in the Colombian zone here, Chewy.
Sí, como dice Nick, estamos tratando de defender en este momento. El equipo colombiano ha mantenido muy bien la cordura y hemos mantenido muy bien la calma para no dejar que nos anoten el gol. En este momento la jugada se le está llevando a la esquina de nosotros, disculpen. Y recibimos saludos de otra ex campeona del mundo, de Ana Lu Guevara. Saludos para Ana Lu.
With just over 6 minutes left here in the second half of this semi-final clash here at the 4th World Age Group Underwater Hockey Championships, it's really still anyone's game as we see a referee signal there, and that looks to be the crisp elbow of Vero signalling a stick infringement against South Africa. So puck still bottled up here underneath the Colombian sub-bench, Hein. I think Brent would be happy with the position they're in, but I think he'd be the heart rate is starting to lift, and be hoping his girls can put one in soon.
Yeah, now you can see Brent there. You can see the movement of his chest on that vest of his, up and down, up and down. I think he's going to open the zip shortly. They must be getting hot in that zip there. But, Zandre, this one girl of ours with the gold fins, one of our elite players who won gold last year, and they're trying to create a record here, as they've won gold at a 19, they want to win gold under 23. Then they've got all three in the box.
Yeah, so as we see the Colombian player just managing to take possession and shut the game down in the corner, but 5 minutes to go. It's way too early in my mind to park the bus. I think they really need to fire up the engine and get this bus moving if they want to stay in this game. I don't think they can close it out from here as we see the pressure being placed back in the corner. Chewy, I think the Colombians probably need to lift and respond to South Africa here.
Sí, como dice Nick, las colombianas están tratando de bajarle el ritmo al partido. Pensamos, y estoy de acuerdo con él, en que es muy temprano para querer dominar el partido en la esquina de nosotros. Sudáfrica ha estado aumentando el nivel y la velocidad y el ritmo del partido en busca de la segunda anotación, pero para Colombia es muy temprano para querer bajarle el ritmo al partido. Necesitamos un poquitico más de intensidad en busca de un tercer gol.
As we see Lazy Hands Talbot signalling a foul against South Africa there for gloving. Obviously, he started the game as fast hands Talbot, but he's done so much signalling in this game. Mostly advantage, I would say, that he's actually slowed down and gotten tied almost to Nath Whelan's-esque speed as we see the puck switch to the other side of the pool, as my technician has some minor problems using his numbers between 5 and 7, as the puck bailed up on the far side there, Hein.
Yeah, no, talking about the technician, they're doing an excellent job here. Staying behind these screens and getting the game and playing between 2, 4, 6. I think they've got 8 cameras in the water.
Yeah, look, we've really ramped it up here this afternoon, and if we can just get the lights have been turned back on in the stands, so that'll hopefully fix things up. The water clarity a lot better than yesterday afternoon. We had that minor malfunction yesterday, which we got on top of as we got a fast break here from South Africa. The Colombian player camping on the corner as a tray, as you see the glitter of those gold fins there.
Tenemos una jugada de peligro en contra de nosotros. Sudáfrica avanzó rápidamente por el muro, pero afortunadamente fue controlada. En este momento sigue intentando los Sudáfrica con buena respuesta de las colombianas.
It's going to go in the goal, surely. And it's a feeding frenzy on the corner of the goal tray. This is South Africa's to win here if they can put one in, as we've got a signal. Yeah, as the lights really come on here as to match the ferocity of this game. As we've got a gloving being called against South Africa as they get pushed back.
Yeah, that was an excellent drive there, Nick. Unfortunately, it turned out that number 13, RSA, probably just trying to get the puck and unfortunately gloving it on the goal box. And I think South Africa was one of their better drives there, and good play by South Africa. And looking through on the monitor, you just saw Colombian goals there and staying down at the bottom. Excellent play there from Colombia.
Yeah, look, really, since Colombia put that goal in, they have definitely parked the bus. They've pulled the foot off the accelerator, and they're just sitting at the stop waiting for passengers. And I think unless they can pick a couple of people up here and get the bus back on the road towards its destination of victory, then I think the Colombians they're really going to have a hard time holding out this South African outfit, Chewy.
Sí, como dice Nick, estuvimos muy cerca de recibir el segundo gol, de recibir el empate. Como habíamos dicho previamente, Colombia necesita aumentar la intensidad y seguir en busca de la victoria, no relajarse y conformarse con un 2-1. Vimos que las sudafricanas estuvieron muy cerca de conseguir el gol. Afortunadamente tuvimos gente en el fondo el suficientemente tiempo para que las jugadoras sudafricanas cometieran el error y una de ellas fuera expulsada.
And now RSA from America, I know both her parents are here. One of our new players in this team sitting on the in the sin bin. And RSA, with some beautiful fins, so we'll miss those pink fins of RSA as South Africa will try and get back. And obviously, this bus must now fall backwards, Nick, and South Africa must get into a taxi and get some speed.
Yeah, look, I don't want to confuse myself by putting both teams in a bus, but the Colombians, their bus is definitely under a lot of pressure at the moment as the fast movers from the South African team apply that corridor pressure. But South Africa, once again, just not able to control the outside there, Hein, and the Colombians taking possession and just moving that puck to the safety of the wall.
Yeah, no, allowing the Colombians, they saw one swimming out and there was one support swimmer there. And it took South Africa quite not I won't say minutes, but it took them at least 10 seconds to get in position and capitalize and get back again.
And the Colombians, they have filled the bus up with fuel and they are ready to go as they drive the puck up into attack here. South Africa really need to respond and clear this one out, or we could see a Colombian goal here, Chewy.
Tenemos una buena oportunidad de gol acá. Las niñas están en números altos cerca de la portería. Estamos todas en procura de este gol. Pero las sudafricanas están defendiendo como fieras.
Oh, and that's epic defence from South Africa there, Hein. I don't live in either of these countries, and my heart is in my throat as we see them battling it out here. South Africa against the flow of play, driven back to their own defensive corner.
Yeah, no, both teams under extreme pressure in their goal box. Stay down, and they just keep their composure and swim the puck out right to the corner. Yeah, I see we are back on 6 players. I see those pink fins. Yeah, we see those beautiful fins of RSA. And let's see if South Africa can get out of this position, as there's only 1 minute to go, and South Africa can't score a goal if they don't get into the Colombian half very, very quickly.
As the puck underneath the South African substitution area here. Nice little pull back into a jinx there, if I'm being South African, as she gets the puck. But once again, Colombia just staying down, staying calm, locking it up. They're at 6 on 6. It's really up to the South Africans here to take this game, grab the bull by the horns, and force that Colombian bus back into the corner, Chewy. Can the Colombians hold on for this last 50 seconds?
Dije, estamos a menos de un minuto que termine el partido y Colombia ha respondido. Así nos haya parecido que Colombia bajó el ritmo muy temprano, ha funcionado hasta el momento y tenemos una falta en contra por guante.
Yeah. Right, well, I'm going to jump aboard the South African train here. Come on, the South African train. Can they get this one in the centre and tie this game up? I love a close battle.
Yeah, I think South Africa can still score here, as we saw Australia scoring against South Africa with 1 second to go in the first half of their game earlier today.
This is end-to-end hockey, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies hockey does not get any better than this. With 30 seconds left on the clock, South Africa have Colombia pushed back into their own defensive corner, needing a goal to tie this one up, Chewy.
Estamos a menos de 30 segundos de volver a una final de un mundial y parece que lo vamos a conseguir. Las niñas están sosteniendo la pastilla en la pared y tenemos números, tenemos apnea, o sea que al parecer lo vamos a conseguir.
The crowd has started counting it down, but we've got a signal here from Talbot, and this is one last breath of life here for South Africa. He's signalling gloving against the Colombian number 6 there, so that's Maria Mejia being thrown out for 1 minute for gloving, and this is the last roll of the dice for South Africa here, Hein.
Yeah, now you can see why Colombia are the world champs. You know, they just keep their composure, they prepared to wait, and South Africa drive it. Let's see what's happening.
Oh.
A break.
Referee Simon Talbot pulling it back for breaking, and looking at the game clock, it is showing 4 seconds on the game clock. So South Africa with one last chance here as we all hold our breath to see what happens with this final play.
Estamos aquí, como decimos en Colombia, apretando nalga para que Colombia parece que...
As we go to the surface, we've got signals from the referees.
Y Colombia de nuevo en la final del mundo.
And heartbreak for the South African girls, but it's Vamos Colombia, as Colombia getting over a valiant South African train. Colombia driving the bus to victory there to take this game. Hein, bad luck to the South African girls. A great showing from them in what is a tough match.
Congratulations, well done there to Colombia, and hockey wins.
Yeah, look, that's a fantastic game. Sadly, South Africa missing out on the grand final here tomorrow, but definitely with some teams with some strong chances in the bronze medal games tomorrow. We've actually got enough time in between games now. We've caught up the clock from the Golden Goals this morning that we're going to hop out onto the pool deck and try and get some interviews with some of these players. So stick around, folks. You have just witnessed a fantastic semi-final here at the Doon Kennedy Hobart Aquatic Centre. Colombia getting over a valiant South Africa 2-1. Chewy, if you want to keep the fans entertained while I head to the pool deck.
Muchas gracias a todos por mantener su sintonía durante el partido y como diría mi abuelo, a celebrar. Vamos para la final del Mundial. Feliz noche.
As we go live to the pool deck here on Court 1, what has been a hard-fought battle. I got Chris Meeks here sending me away, telling me to get away. But no, I know, mate. I was watching, so we'll try and get some comments. Maybe I'll even get Brent Borslap up here for a comment as a coach. As the ladies start leaving the court to make way for our next semi-final as we move into the men's division here with Turkey taking on Colombia. See if we can pluck someone out. There's a lot of hugging and kissing going on. There's a lot of emotion in the pool here, ladies and gentlemen. So joining me here is the Colombian number 4, one of the 3 amigos, one of the 3 Camillas. Not the short Camilla, not the Camilla with the hair, but Camilla the captain. Cami, fantastic win for you and the girls.
Yes, it was an amazing match, and I'm so excited we won.
So tough second half. South Africa really threw everything at you. You guys spending most of that in defence after getting in that second goal. Did you think you had the legs?
Yeah, we did. We definitely did, and we have to keep all what I did in the first half, and the team did it just amazing.
Yeah, no, look, a spirited performance from you guys. Do you have a message for all the Colombian fans back home if you want to look up at the camera over here for me?
Yes, thank you so much. Gracias a todos, los amamos y mañana ganamos.
And there was a lot of Colombians watching. I saw a lot of mums. There were a lot of people saying hello to everybody, and a few of the ex-players there, a couple of the Natty and Natalia and the girls watching. It must make you incredibly proud to get this performance in front of those players.
Yes, it's amazing. Mucho amor para todos. Mañana ganamos. Gracias. Te amo, mamá.
Congratulations, Cami, and good luck in the final tomorrow. Eleanor, tough game. Commiserations. You guys put in a huge effort and unlucky not to get one in the second half there.
Yeah, thank you very much. We played hard. Colombia played harder.
Yeah, look, there was a lot of chat there, people cheering you on back home, and everyone incredibly proud, especially Hein in the booth there. He was commentating his little heart out for you guys. Now time to regroup tomorrow. Bronze medal, playoff, still an amazing achievement for you guys to be playing in that game.
Yes, thank you. It's the first time SA under-23 girls are in the semi-finals and going for a medal, so it's a great achievement, and next time we'll be back for the gold.
Yeah, and look, especially with 10 girls, you guys have put in a fantastic effort. Thanks for coming. Good luck. I wish you the very best of luck tomorrow in picking yourself up for that game. Have you got a message to all those South African fans who love you guys so much?
Of course I do. Thanks to my mom. Watched all my games 4 a.m. in the morning. And thanks to Amiwan, always being there.
Congratulations on making it through to the bronze medal match tomorrow. Best of luck, and we look forward to seeing you again on the poolside.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Well done, Eleanor.
Maybe he does that extra game before games. I might do it. Maybe. Not sure. Yeah, maybe. You two can fight it out tomorrow. Alright.
Yeah. I'll be here all day. I intend on watching the game. Any time that I'm not in here, I'm just going to watch the game final.
Chances are you might not be here at all.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. I intend on floating around and I'll bring my